being introverted is a hindrance to forming new relationships, whether professionally or personally. Um, would you agree? Would you think?
Not really, because I think professionally, introverted, I'm only about the, I would say only about, I can, like I said, I am very friendly. Someone who I meet even for the first time, I can go about talking for like 2 hours, and after 2 hours, probably, if you're not meeting again, I might not go out of the way to keep in touch with those people because, but those 2 hours, and I'm not faking those 2 hours. I am myself. I can talk, but I don't see it as a hindrance because. Yeah, it's just that I chose certain people uh, to talk certain parts about myself, and some other parts are like open for everyone. So it's like I would say, um,
So,
it doesn't really come even in my way of professional life, I feel, because yeah. So I would say I won't go about boasting or something like that. So which I feel comes under a little bit of sales and marketing skills, and of course, to these days, I do feel those are important to grow in whatever field you are. You need to make big, make a big picture of whatever you're doing so that people notice you. So I'm trying to learn those skills, but I don't feel because of me being selective, choosing certain people to share certain stuff and not choosing the others to talk about myself. I don't think that has ever come in mind. Though some people do feel that you don't talk about yourself, or there is something deeper that you don't tell. I've got these what do you call it, these feedback stuff from certain groups that there is something about you which we don't know, or that that's underlying, and I'm like, okay, what is it? I mean, everyone has that, and not everyone shares everything with everyone, right? So so it's just that. Otherwise, I'm very much open to talk about everything. I feel, at least I feel so.
you have a point of view, because I have a question for her on this. Two questions actually. Sujata.
Yeah. Um, my thing is, do we ever really tell somebody all that's going on in our minds? It doesn't really have to be a secret. It can be, it doesn't have to be really a secret all the time. It could be anything. It could be a
Exactly.
fear. It could be an issue in a relationship with your spouse or your close friend, your in laws, outlaws. It could be anything. Do we really tell them things the way it is, or do we tell them the way we want it to be? So that's my thought I have, because in the past I've had situations where I've told somebody a situation, and maybe I have even tried and painted the other person in a different way, probably, to get some more empathy or whatever you want to call that, to from the other person. So my thought is, I mean, sometimes we may be sharing things the way they are, but do we really do that all the time?
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. That's obviously a very honest admission and true for all of us. We all
Yeah.
have our masks, like Khalil Gibran has called them, even before, much before the COVID situation came upon us. Um, there are two questions I have for Chitra. Um, the first one that I remember, now that you're changing and learning these new skills, there is obviously the outward manifestation also has internal repercussions. How do you feel about yourself? this little more outgoing, little more um, marketed version, since for want of a better term. How do you feel about yourself? Does it give you a sense of fulfillment of some sort? Um, Anything at all?
So, not so much, I would say. So, I won't say because I have become certain things, yes, it makes me feel good. But sometimes it's like putting up a mask because I'm not this. It's just that I'm making, say, for example, something simple like Instagram. All right, I am not a very social media savvy person, but I know that is what works now. So I have to, kind of, you have to make your page or your profile look fancy and good, and you have to, be active. But it's a very stressful task for me to, really keep up to that. So it's just. I don't do it out of, excitement. So certain posts are, of course, out of excitement. I'm not saying that I'm totally not interested
But
in it, but it is not something. So certain things that I really want to, boast about, and that makes me feel good if I'm going out of my way. But otherwise, it's only, I feel it's only taking up some time, and yeah, yeah, it's only time consuming.
and, I have a point as an advertising person. Do you want to say something, Sujata?
What it's just my thought. So are we saying that whatever is very effortful to us, we generally don't want to do it? Uh, the reason I'm sharing this is because I'm not on any social media. I tried being on Instagram, tried putting pictures of the dog, the cat, and myself, and it reached a point where I was really, do I really want to do it, right? And I've been off it for almost 5 6 weeks now, and I don't miss it even one bit. So maybe as you say this, I was thinking, was I doing it because everybody was doing it, or did I really enjoy it? So what it tells me is something that we find it to be effortful doesn't come naturally, or if we don't enjoy it, it doesn't come naturally. That's all, Bunty.
Okay. So one quick thing about what Chitra said, then I'll come to the point that you made. Um, Advertising's basic format, as I understand it in so many years, is because you want to tell a certain thing to 1,000 people, you have to make an ad. Otherwise, it's communication which is one-on-one only. That will clarify a lot of baggage that we otherwise carry. You're still talking to the same one person only. You have to try and speak in a language that 1,000 people will think that it is for them. If you can manage to do this successfully, then um, you're doing a good job. Effort or not, I do not actually break it down like that in my head for myself, because I think what needs to be done has to be done, and who cares about how we think about it. So as long as we look effortless, I think the job is done. Social media is about that. To come to the point that Sujata made, uh, I have a far larger point, which I think at some point we should just pick it up as a topic for our podcast. It is, if you have a purpose, why are you using it? What are you trying to achieve through it? That becomes the driving force of your communication. Uh, so, for example, even within the values workshop, sometimes, because I realize a lot of people are into pets these days, I have no feelings about it, neither for nor against. It's like to each his own. I like animals as much as I like human beings, and they're good. Uh, Given a choice, would I keep a pet? I don't know. I've never thought about it. Once upon a time, I thought of a fish tank, but over a period of time, I have realized the best place for each of them is their natural habitat. They shouldn't be in our spaces and living to our expectations, is my overall feeling about it. But it's not judgmental about others who have pets. I've also seen them love their pets a lot more than they love their kids, I would say, and the pets also reciprocate equally well. So it's not really a bad deal. Love is what is. Um, so yeah, if even if you're sharing pictures of your pets because you love your pets and you want to connect to other people who have pets and similar stories, then I think it's all right. And once a while is all right. Last couple of days I was a little unwell and I didn't miss Instagram at all. And I've been praised off late that I am very regular with posting things and putting up stuff that is making people excited about whatever I'm sharing. It actually started from there itself. People called me up and said that I need to do this on a regular basis with a lot more people. And that's how it kind of came out. So are we, this is a very interesting thought. This just struck me back to the topic on hand. Are we at different levels of introvertedness for each of us? Because something within us is fairly sacred to us. It may be foolish, maybe it may be very wise. I had once heard a discourse about some priest was talking. One of these ISKCON guys. He says, if you truly value something, you will keep it hidden from the world. So he was talking about love for God, obviously, in his context. It is a line that has stayed with me. Um, are we uh, are we too quick to judge people who are introverted that uh, they may not have anything to say? They may have something to say, but they just prefer not saying it. They just prefer staying quiet. Um, since we've spoken for quite a lot of time, so if there was one line that comes to me, which kind of sums up this, if we were to look at my objective of bringing you up here, Chitra, was to give introverted people a voice, a thought process. Values are for each one of us. There are uh, lot of pluses and minuses we carry. Being an introvert at some point in today's context, in the last couple of weeks, a lot of things have happened where celebrities have given up their lives and other things are happening. So people do take it to insane levels at times. While none of us here is qualified to speak about anything like that, and wishes everyone well, whoever has these kind of things. But yeah, we need to draw a line. If it is starting to trouble us, I think um, we need to find friends. We need to find someone um, to unburden ourselves at a different point of time. It could be somebody like a Sujata who seems to be in control and something really hits her hard, comes from nowhere, and suddenly she finds that this structure of emotional intelligence that she's built is not holding up. So at that point of time, I think we should be open enough, all of us as individuals. Similarly true for me. I may seem wise on the surface. When it hits me, I think my daughter is the best counselor to have. She comes and tells me on my face, "Okay, you've been behaving less than normal. What's the problem?" And then I look back, I realize that I have too many jobs to finish in a day, or I've been unable to manage whatever I picked up. So yeah, what would each of you say if you had to sum up what this discussion is about? Sujata, you want to go first?
Uh, I'm not sure if I want to sum up something, but my only thought here is uh, I think men and women are different as introverts. I think the way a woman would be someone who's an introvert and what she chooses to share or not to share will be very different to men, I would say, because and I guess with men again, you don't really have to be an introvert to be like that, if you get what I mean.
No, you would like to explain a bit on
I
that.
mean, men generally, the way women go about sharing things or talking stuff, men generally don't do that. So, my thinking is in that, again, if you have a species of men who are introverted, it takes it to a different level altogether. So, maybe some food for thought.
I
Yeah.
think I always think the last word with you opens up another 1 hour of discussion. Uh,
Okay, I'll try to
I
keep it
I think
short.
the metrosexual so-called metrosexual men are being uh, are being quite emotional, are quite okay to share their
Really?
emotions at times. Yeah, it's not the popular version. It is not the filmy version that we see on screen. But I think a lot of I look up to a lot of men who are more men because they understand emotions. I myself do not. I aspire to be like them very often. I am trying, but I don't think I succeed very often, um, because suddenly there is this male streak that comes which says, "You be in control. Come on, what are you crying about?" For oneself and even for the women itself. Okay, enough of your emotions. Don't just wait.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, between us, we do vipassana meditation, so we kind of learn to be a little more observant most of the time of how it is. Chitra, what the last word today? We will let you have it. So, for you, what is this discussion about? What are you taking home from this wonderful talk we've had?
So I feel more than introvert, I think ambivert is the safest place to be for anyone. You know, because, and to some extent, I feel everyone is that, because everyone has things like Sujata said, there are thoughts, it might not be secrets, but there are like constant thoughts, and you don't talk about all your thoughts or your fears or anything to everyone. So in that way, everyone has that shell which, you know, they keep to themselves. Even so to say, extroverts don't talk about their innermost
True.
thoughts and processes to anyone. So yeah, so then I think finding the gray space, or you know, a mid path wherein uh, which works well for me, wherein I am friendly with people, but when it comes to sharing personal stuff or my thoughts, etc., I am to myself, or to those close two, three, which are like not even two, three. I would say just maximum three, just two maybe.
Yeah.
So, so keeping to them. So then I feel everyone. It's like a scale from 1 to 10, and everyone kind of ranges between somewhere in the middle only. Very few are at extremes, and secondly, I feel the need to communicate is for everyone, and should be to some extent, because that is how, one, you get clarity, and secondly, uh, some, because we are humans, there has to be some unburdening, right? Unless you we don't even realize we are piling up stuff until we go to that extreme stage of doing something extreme. So then it's better to find at least one or two people where you can jabber and unburden yourself.
Wonderful. So, are we
Correct.
Yeah.
saying if 0 is absolutely introverted and 10 is absolutely extroverted, you are saying we should all be a mix of both? Um,
Correct.
Retain our sanity at the same time, retain our secrets.
Correct.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
I think it was a wonderful thing. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
and
Very well said, Chitra. That was a nice thing to kind of mix both
yeah, yeah.
both both sides